All right, hello and welcome. It is Friday afternoon Friday noon here, Friday at noon, and we're at SketchUp, so it's time for SketchUp Live. I'm your host, Aaron. With me is my good buddy, Matt.
Hey, I'm here. SketchUp Live Day. Wouldn't miss it.
That's right. Except for the days that he takes off and doesn't come. Those days he would, but not this one, because
Every other SketchUp Live Day I'll miss, but this particular one I would never miss.
That's right. He's got to share with Donovan. Yeah, but hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. Thanks for being here with us. I gotta do a shout out for our buddy Keggy, who is signing in from his hospital bed in Devon, UK. And yes, that is dedication. If I were in a hospital bed, I probably wouldn't take part. So you're more dedicated than I am, Keggy. But yeah. I have to admit this. I just told this to Matt. If you see the restream comment, it says hello from my hospital bed in Devon, UK, but I read hello from Hospitalbud, and I thought it was a location. I thought it was a town that I had never heard of, but nope. It's just where Keggy happens to be reclining. So hopefully you're okay. Hopefully you heal up soon and are back to watching us from your normal spot on Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll have to look at vacation rentals in Hospitalbud and see if there's anything that we can go swing by, see Keggy, and say get well soon. Bring some balloons.
That's right. Maybe we'll do a stream from Hospitalbud in the UK. Yeah. Speaking of international intrigue, that's my segue. We're going to be modeling the Lotus Temple today. It is a awesome, very unique, beautiful building, and very non-standard architecture, I guess we could call it. It's a building in the shape of a lotus flower. It is really cool. If you haven't seen it, we'll got a couple pictures we'll bring up soon. And Matt's got some information about it, so he's going to keep us straight on the, facts. Those things.
Oh, I don't know about that. They're facts or not. If there are fact checkers in the chat, go easy on me. But I can I'll have the Wikipedia article up and I can read that. That's fact checked. So
that's as close as we get.
It's an interesting structure. The story behind it is interesting, and a whole deal. So it's exciting, not just from an aesthetic, geometrical perspective, but also from cultural perspective and many more.
Yeah. Well, we should let's quit talking and start doing.
Yes.
All right. We are going to hop in here and start with some images. So I downloaded a couple images, so I'm going to go ahead and import some of these as I'm going to grab this one first. This is an image. I'm going to import it, and I'm going to throw this on the ground. Nice and biggish. So this is the building looking down from above, which is, you see, it's beautiful.
It doesn't look like a building. It looks like a fountain or something.
I know. It's incredible. So yeah, this is what we're going to build. I'm going to get, just so in case you haven't seen it before, let me import a couple other images. Maybe let me throw one of these up as a watermark in the corner, so we just always have it there as a quick reference. So I'm going to come into my style. I'm going to go to my watermark and hit plus. Haven't done this for a little while either, so that's kind of fun. I'm going to grab this one right here, put this in as a watermark. It's going to put it in. No, we'll do an overlay. No, we'll do a background image. Position it in the top left corner. I'm going to scale it down so it's not, I want to, overwhelm the modeling space, but I want to have something where I can just glance up at any point and remember what it is I'm supposed to be doing. There we go. So you can kind of see this is looking actually from this direction. So this is this entrance right here. And you can see here, it's got these 9 points that go out. I'm assuming there's some significance to this, and I don't want to guess or anything like that, and I don't want to be just poking around where I don't belong. But yeah, so it's very distinctly 9 pieces. Each piece has 3 petals. So you got this one going up real high, one that's right in line with it. You can see these two are kind of nest over each other. That's a little bit lower, and then offset between the two, we have this shorter petal right here. So that's what we're going to start. That's going to be the bulk of our modeling, is to get this 9-sided shape, and then get these petals in here. I did not download so let me grab the other image I grabbed. File.
One good thing about 9 too is that it divides evenly into 360. So that's,
that's a plus.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
It would kind of be a bummer if you were, it was like, I don't know. What doesn't go into 360? 7?
7. Yeah, 7 goes
like
into
7
nothing.
would be great. And then you get, you're building it and then it's like, oh, this doesn't line up. That's kind of a shame.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's I want to recognize non-US viewers who are here. That's awesome, because we did do that sneaky funny thing that America does and changes our time zone like 2 or 3 weeks before you guys. Just keeping you on your toes, But thanks for being here and paying attention, because I have a feeling we'll see a jump in about an hour of the people who aren't as amazing as you folks who showed up early.
Yeah, the slackers who didn't wind their watches on a different country schedule. Yeah,
that's right.
No, I don't know, but yeah. Speaking of things, dates and things, but I can be more specific than that. That's like an answer in Trivial Pursuit thing. Can you be more specific? Sure. Okay. I'm just buying myself more time. But yeah, speaking of calendars and dates and things, they're today, I think, and yesterday too. I don't know, because it's like kind of halfway around the world. This House of Worship is in India, and it's holy in India, which is you've maybe seen the pictures of like the the colored I don't know what you call it, powder dust or stuff. Yeah, you're in the street and you're throwing it up, and then everyone's got all the different colors on them. So yeah, I saw that in my calendar today, and I was like, oh, this is not a thing we planned, but that's a big holiday in India, and the structure's in India, so I think that kind of lines up.
That's awesome.
Well, it's also Pi Day in the US today. 3/14/3/14.
Less of a official holiday and more of just a we understand numbers kind of thing.
Right, kind of a fun, but it's a US only, because if you're elsewhere, it would be like 14/3, and
that's right.
1/4/3 is not really.
There we go, making up our own stuff and then celebrating it. I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I was actually wondering about, because I was looking at this one and it's got like maybe not. I was kind of wondering if like it was holy, because when I zoomed out like this, it looked like this was like kind of little color spattering. I was wondering if that had to do, but if I zoom in, it looks like it's actually carpet or something. So never mind.
Yeah.
Nothing. All right. So we're going to do that. So this is going to be a fun one. We're going to use a lot of components here. What I want to do is from this, I'm assuming this top down is it looks fairly close to being square or square to something. But I'm not going to assume it's perfect. But I want to still use it to kind of do a quick mock-up of where everything's going to go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to erase TomTom. In case you guys have not met, have we done a short on TomTom yet as our new scale figure? We probably should put that on the calendar.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah,
right now.
So in case you haven't met, this is TomTom, the guy who made all those great extensions you guys have probably been using for years and years and years. He is a member of the Trimble A&D or SketchUp crew. He's part of the extensibility team, and he is a scale figure for 2025. So he's here holding it down with his bowler, looking very, very casual, relaxed. No big deal, nonplussed, whatever. But yeah, so we got him going on for a whole year. So I'm going to say this once, and I'll probably say it dozens of more times. But hi, TomTom. Bye, TomTom. All right.
That's right. Solid inspector, cleanup, sub D.
So many hits.
A lot of iconic. Yeah, too many to name here, but
absolutely.
Yeah, TomTom, the legend.
That is right. All All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I put this about in the middle. Again, I want to use this as a reference, I'm not going to trace pixels or anything like that. I'm going to take and rotate this image from about where I stuck in the middle, and I'm going to come down here and try to kind of drag my mouse out into the middle of this path. So this line should be going between these two petals, and then just line right up there with that point there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to swing it down so it's on the red axis. All right, so that looks awesome. So what I want to do now is I want to get one wedge of this. So I want 1/9 of this. I want to model that 1/9 and no more. I'm thinking about this ahead of time. You guys always call me out on how I'll be like 3/4 of the way into a symmetric model and somebody will go, you could have done half of this with a component. So I caught myself on this one and going to head this off. So
I was surprised. I thought you were just going to kind of just go in there and start working on it all at once. But hey, components from the jump.
Hey, we've been live modeling for what, 7 years now? Catching on. It doesn't happen instantly, but it does happen eventually.
Components. Yes. Why didn't I think of that sooner?
What's that thing I've made 17 videos on at this point? Oh, man. Yeah. Not just for you guys, for me too. All right, so I'm going to start with a polygon. I'm going to make it a 9-sided polygon. So, you know what? I only have my keylogger turned on. Let's turn this on. There we go. Hold on.
Cast it up. Always good to see the shortcut keys, especially because... Wait, can you drag it to different parts of your screen?
Well, I can put it anywhere I want. You want somewhere else?
Oh, well, no. I just didn't know that. I always had it in the bottom left corner. I didn't know you could move it. Oh,
yeah, gosh. Good stuff. All right,
tips about all different kinds of software today, not just SketchUp.
Can't stop teaching. Just can't stop. All right, let's go back in here. 9 sides. So I'm going to type 9, enter. And then I'm going to pull this side out this direction. No, actually, I'm not. I'm going to go the other direction because what I want... right? Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to pull this out to right about there. All right, I'm going to turn X-ray on so I can trace some stuff in here. Because what I want to do is I want a wedge. I guess it doesn't really matter how I break this down, but I want to make 1/9 of this. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click another edge from here to the middle here. And now this piece is what I'm going to model. So in that piece, we're going to have, we'll draw another, I'm sorry, I'm going to draw 1/18 of this thing. I can split that in half. And now I only got to do this much.
Keep going, cut it in half again,
Get it down to, all right, a little piece. Okay, so here's the things we have here. So right here, we have, I'm trying to figure out what that's parallel to. Looks like it's parallel to this. No, it's not. All right, so I'm going to undo. I'm going to keep this here because, no, let me do this. Hold on, I'm going to have an argument here. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make it a component. I'm going to call it 1/18 of a temple. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to immediately copy it. Or I said flip it the other way. Yeah, that'll work. Undo. Let's grab this. Obviously, I'm just thinking too much here rather than clicking. I apologize for those of you who that's ruining anything for. There we go.
I love seeing the thought process.
It happens. All right, so if I go like that, okay, there we go. So that's that chunk. I'm going to draw an arc. Again, this is just a 2D representation, but I want to get a pretty good layout of where things are. That got weird. That did not stay flat. go. This one goes from here to here like that-ish. Nope, that was wrong. Gotta watch my inferencing. So when I'm drawing like this, I want to stay on flat. Because I'm in X-ray, it's allowing me to snap through and put stuff down below the plane. So I just have to watch my cursor. See how my cursor is a blue diamond right there? That just means I'm on face. So as long as I stay with that blue cursor, I know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. All right, there we go. And then this one kind of comes back a little bit like that. All right, so there we go. There's that. Some other stuff here.
Oh, so you're doing the pools and stuff too out here, huh?
Oh, I just try and stop me from doing as much as I can.
Keep going.
Yeah, just more.
Do the gardens and everything. One thing that I thought was cool when I was reading about this is that the pools are like, obviously they're supposed to be like the leaves of the lotus flower, but also in addition to being looking really cool, especially from that aerial view, they help with ventilation in the building, because they kind of go underneath the building, because it can get super hot there in the summer, and then it kind of the pools circulate and get cooler air coming into the inside of the building, which I thought was a cool cool way of kind of passively cooling the
That's
structure.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. So now this one comes through further, but the rest of these don't all do that. So I'm going to make one set of geometry, knowing some of this is going to have to change a little bit, but I will make the more common version, which would be that. And then it looks like there's actually 3 different versions. So these 2 right here look like they have steps coming down the pool. These 2 on either side look like they have grass and then kind of a flat spot. And then this one looks like it just has maybe like a little railing. So there'll be 3 versions in the end. Right now I'm just going to start with this one. I'm going to come out, I'm going to grab these 2, and then we're going to rotate them from here, option, to here. And we should be able to do that 8 times, and everything should close up. Oh, every once in a while, things come together as planned.
Nice.
Not always, but sometimes. All right, we'll slide that over. So now we just got to un-2Dify this.
Just pull it, right?
Just pull up into 3D. All right, so I'm going to start with the actual Lotus. I want to start with this piece right here. The rest of this looks like it's not too complicated. This kind of elevates above the pool, stairs down, flat, stairs down, and then has this kind of sidewalk going all around. So pretty easy 2D geometries, it looks like. So that shouldn't be too bad to just kind of push, pull, and move some stuff afterwards. The challenge, it's not a terrible challenge, but the most unique and more difficult to model part is these leaves, or these petals. So we'll start with that. I was talking to Tyson earlier. Oh, hey, you know what I should do? I got the wrong shirt on, you guys. Still a whoops.
Save.
That's right. We're gonna call this. It's the Lotus Temple, right? Is what it's called.
Colloquially, yeah.
Okay.
Technically, it's a Bahá'í House of Worship, one of 9 worldwide. But yeah, Lotus Temple is what shows up in Google Maps.
That works for me. All right.
Somebody said it would be fun to watch you model without a 3D mouse for a whole stream.
I have done it before, and I don't know if funny is the term. I have been modeling without a 3D mouse longer than I've been using a 3D mouse, so I fall back into it fairly quick. What ends up happening is, here's what happens. Watch the overhead. This is me modeling without a 3D mouse.
Just keep reaching further and
Yeah.
further. Like,
So I
where
can,
is
oh,
it? I know
no,
it's
it's
got to
not
be over
there.
here
Okay,
somewhere.
go back over here. No. Oh, okay. So that's pretty much all that it just happens for about the first half hour and then, yeah. So plus it's nice for you. I've always thought it's nice for you guys because you don't have to deal with, this stuff.
Right.
You get sweeping camera control. Look at that. That's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe I'm making that up. All right. Focus me. All right, let's get in here. So we have 3 pedals. That's going to be the biggest part of it. I'm going to come into one of these. I'm going to hide everything else. Oh, whoops. Got to. I have a shortcut connected to hide rest of model, but since these are copies of the same component, they don't go away unless I turn on hide rest of components. Whew. All right. So we have a couple things in here. So this piece goes up real high. Then we have 3 pedals of varying heights outside of that. And I'm not real concerned about the heights yet. If somebody wants to start looking that up, or I don't know if maybe Matt already has that because he's a magic man. I don't know, but yeah, I'm trying to think how to. So if I did something like this, all right. So I'm gonna create.
Yeah, I have the overall height. It doesn't. At the moment, I don't have like individual pedal heights, but the overall height is 112.4 feet.
It's a big flower. All right. So I'm wondering. I started playing with this a little bit in my mind as different ways that this could be done, and I don't know that I ever like really figured this out. So here's a couple things I think could work. This might work. I'm gonna grab this shape, slide this off to the side, and see what happens. If I grab this, weld it back together. If I do a follow me with this, that did not work. Okay. Well then, how about
Plan
this?
number 2.
All right, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make it a group. I'm going to rotate that from here to here. Explode and make a group again. That's going to give the bounding box closer to where I want it. And then we can scale that potentially back to there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Whew, that got a little too crazy for me. All right. So let me pick this up and then take this whole thing, put that on axis. That way I can take this, I can rotate it so it's on axis, and then properly scale it so that it is there. Okay, I keep closing out and I need to not do that. All right, so now there's a couple things I could do. I would get rid of, oops, let's explode all that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. And then I could take this right here and use an extension like Topo Shaper or something to skin that real quick. Let's see if that works. I'm going to save. I'm going to hop into Tools. Curve Loft, I'm sorry. Skin Contours. Okay. Let's see if I grab these two. I gotta admit, I wanna be honest with something. I feel rusty right now. I feel like I have not. Why is it grabbing stuff over there? What is going on here? Okay. Let's make this a group. Go into this group. All right, there we are. We stand alone. All right, let's try that again. Tools, curve off, skin this. No, it's not letting me.
I'm with you that I like don't use any extensions like consistently enough that I could always end up looking back at documentation or like videos on how to use them every time I use them. Aha.
Oh, and then I hit my space bar to stop the process because
back it out. This is going too good. I'm getting spooked.
That's right. Actually, one thing I do want to do is I was looking at this. I'm trying to figure out how to clearly illustrate this. So let's look straight down on this for a second. Nope. Whoa. So you see these they don't go. It's not a straight line from here to here. I wonder if that's just like these curves. I wonder if that's like camera or if that's actually built into it. I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a curve this way. So to account for that, I think what I want to do is take this face right here and just give it a little bit of a turn out. And I can do that with rotate. If I come here and I click and drag along this line, that'll let me rotate this face kind of just slightly out of plane. Whoop. I didn't select it first. I select the plane that I want to rotate. There we go. All right, so I'll try that. Let's see how that works. So let's do this one more time. One final time for the win. 1, 2, 3. Check mark. All right, there we go. And now, again, I'm still not even sure if this is going to work. But let's bring this in from here to right. Here. Am I out of plane now? Okay, because I rotated that to get it lined up correctly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now if I click out, I should see some sweet center petals.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
All right, I don't like the butt cheek thing that's happening right here. I don't put that on a thumbnail. All right, we're going to have to fix that. So we're close. We're close. We're very, very close. I think I can fix this. I can fix everything that just happened. I think it just has to do with the order that I selected these in. Because if I had it was coming out of this part, I actually want that main. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Just follow along. Just watch this.
I mean, where the
stuff come from.
Coming out of. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Let's see how that looks. Nope. Oh,
is there a way you can?
Yes, there is. I'm trying to remember what it is. There is a way to. How do I bring up the thing?
Chat? Anybody have familiarity with?
How do I do that? I know there's a way to do it. I'm trying to remember, and it's somebody's gonna tell me and be like, oh yeah, duh. I pick this one first, and then. I know there's a way to do it. I know it. All right, now I got the other way. Which this might work. Actually, I think that's going to be closer to what I had before.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's bubbled out there, does it? No.
This is what I was saying is it's I count it as a great honor to get to make videos and explore SketchUp the way I do, but talked about this before. I don't really have a main workflow that I follow. I kind of sometimes my workflow that I need to look at changes on a daily basis. There we go. That's better. Look at that. That looks cool.
Yeah, yeah, especially with the line in the middle. Looks like the main, the real deal. And yeah, it kind of opens up towards the top. Looks good.
All right. Now, I wonder if I can cheat just a touch by grabbing this guy right here, option copying back to here. I wonder if I can just use scale to distort. I don't know if this is even going to work at all. We'll see. So if I was to scale back like, I don't know. No, this is a tragedy waiting to happen. It's just not going to go well.
I love that you get half a step in and you're like, no, I know where this is headed.
I've been around me long enough. Yeah, this is all right. I'll just recreate those steps now that I've mastered that process that I just did for the first time.
Yeah, this is a chance to repeat your workflow, right? You get
right.
3 chances to do it, so you can get better with each time.
I like that optimism.
Yeah.
Like
it does look like these second petals are kind of a little more, they meet at more of an angle, like between the 2 pieces. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. They're definitely sharper together.
Sharper, yeah.
So I already forgot what I did.
Mm.
That was quick.
Made a copy, made a copy, rotated it, and then rotated it so they're both on the axis, and then made a group out of it and scaled it.
Something like that, yeah.
Easier said than
recalled.
Clicked. Yeah.
All right. So there we go. All right. Let's take this. I don't know why I keep moving it over. Like if it's near the red axis, it's going to automatically. Come on, you know what I mean. There we go. Take that, put that on red. Okay. Put that into a group. And then
one thing, of course, that we should not go without mentioning is the name of the architect for this project. And of course, this was designed by Iranian architect Fariborz Sabah. So he was brought in for this particular project.
that seems like it seems like one of those once in a lifetime projects, like when you look at just some buildings where you're like, wow, like how, wow.
Right. It seems like an architecture school exercise or something,
Yeah.
If you had no budget and no, didn't have to worry about engineering, what would you build? But they did have to worry about engineering for this project. So
I'll say living in my world, engineering.
Yeah.
But I don't want to worry about that. All right. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to put this in its own group again so it doesn't. Let's get isolated. All right, so I started with this one last time, and then maybe I could get it right, all the way right this time. Oh, you know I haven't done for a while?
Save your progress.
Darn right. All right. I really want to use solid tools. Curve left. Done this enough, I should really. What does that do? So here, all right, so here's what I want to know. Pick this one. Tools.
I feel like one thing that I find myself using a lot more is the search function. The fetch or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah. You do
Shift S, and then you can just type in skin contours and it'll come up. It's pretty nice if you're used to it. Took me a little while to like.
There's 3 sides, so there's only a certain number of times I mean, one of these has to work, right? So I'm gonna try this one. Go this way, this way. All right, so I don't know. So if I start with this one, tools.
Maybe it has to start from one of the ends of the shorter side or something.
I don't know.
What if you weld the whole thing and then try to connect it?
That's what it initially tried to do, and it said I couldn't.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Well, let's just see how this looks. Let's come back over here, plug this into our model, plug it into our component.
Looking good.
Coming together. This thing up here is not this tall.
I don't even think there is a thing in the middle. There's like a thing on the roof, but the middle of the structure is just like a kind of a.
Is that just shadows I'm looking at?
There is like something that's kind of suspended, I think, to like block the sunlight and something else. But yeah, it doesn't go all the way down to the floor. It's like hung up there. Okay, kind of a big chandelier right in the center kind of thing.
This is like a dome. This is like a dome underneath this part, right?
Yeah, it looks kind of like like a faceted dome, and then it's just kind of a big open circle in the inside.
All right, so as I look at this so far against my original image, the whole thing just needs to be shorter, which is pretty easy because I come into any one of these, say A, scale, and we can just start squishing it down. All right.
Yeah.
Getting there. All right. Our last petals are actually turned the other direction and come outward like this. So because we're doing 1/18th, it really doesn't impact the modeling process, but it does impact how it plays with the rest of the geometry because these petals actually cut into this petal. So if we look at the overhead, you can see right here how that comes in and cuts right in there. So the two will intersect, which would be kind of cool. So let's do just that. Come in here.
We had a question on LinkedIn about the name of the extension. I believe that was Fredo Spline.
That I've been using is Curveloft.
Curveloft
Skin contours.
Right. Yeah. Curveloft skin contours. So you can find that on the Sketchucation plugin store.
All right. So what I'm wondering, looks like that comes back not all the way down. I will do this. I'm going to grab this and this. Option copy this over here. And I'm actually kind of thinking that that's going to work. But I might be totally off base. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen?
Crash program.
It's
Which,
always
all
possible.
things considered, that's not so bad.
That's right.
It's not
I mean,
like, you know,
it'd be a lot
a
worse.
lot of people have it worse than that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to grab this. Like that. Grab this point right here. Move it down to here. And that, again, that's kind of too flat, so I want to turn it up a little bit. So I'm going to draw a line like this.
Turn it up.
That's right, turn it up. And we're going to go grab that to there. And then we grab that, and it is now turned up. All right.
Aaron's getting turned on SketchUp Live.
Can't get any turnter than that. No, actually, you could. You have 360 degrees of turning you could do. With decimals, it's actually like 3,600. Let me get back to it. I got a little lost there. Focus. All right, skin this contours. What's going on there?
Are they not connected?
Looks like
How far do you want me to go?
Bonk. Yeah. Oops, what did I do? All right, tools.
Push pull.
That's not the right one. I did.
Oh.
No, 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 no. Sorry. All right. Hey, just let's be cool, everybody. Okay. Tools. Sometimes the wheels just fall off and I can't help it. Huh. Okay, no, that straight line's not going to work. I was wondering. So just flat on the ground here. Draw a little bit of an arc like that. And then that's what we'll use to create our third and final pedal. I should really just turn on this. What? All right, now that this is the last one I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Tool Palettes. I am going to find Curve Loft and turn it on. Let's grab this. And I forget which one it is. This one.
Okay. Zenbian, why not just use an already wing that's already done and just stretch it? He did try that temporarily, but just couldn't get the right. It didn't work. So
My standards are too high.
that's right. I'm just gonna squish stuff. Yeah, I mean, really, it's only three different pieces, right? So
yeah,
not that much extra work, but
that's right.
Yeah, it was attempted. So good thinking.
All right, let's try that. That looks all right. I'm going to go ahead and reverse that face. What's happening? Come here.
Does it have a material in it or something?
It looks like it.
Like, that's not the default material, is it?
don't know. Huh. Something's happening. Oh, it's look over here. It's something to do with the lighting.
Yeah.
Light's hitting it over here, making it white. I'll put a new material on everything in just a few minutes here. We're almost at that point. So I got to get rid of these extra edges over here. And then, like I was saying, we do have, see, they did cross over. That's beautiful. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab this face and say intersect face with model. And I'll get rid of that. That way we'll get a nice intersecting line, nice intersecting edge right there. Cool. Turned out pretty cool. I'm liking this. All right.
Yeah, quick work.
Yeah. Not used to that. Get all these down to their basic pieces. I'm going to save it again.
Smart.
Let's try to think of what's be some cool materials to put on here. I guess they're kind of like tile-y kind of materials, right? So if we have any this material.
Looks like scales or something.
Yeah, it's a little too aggressive.
Looks cool when you see the environment reflected in it, though.
It does look cool.
We had a couple of questions on kind of approach. One being soap, skin, and bubble. This person, Raphael, says soap, skin, and bubble would be faster. Maybe you can tell your thoughts on that. In addition, would Bezier through 3 points give better curves? I don't know if that means like using Bezier, curves instead of just arcs. Your thoughts on both of those pieces?
Yeah, I think there you go. I kind of like that. I just use, so let me close the loop on this. I just use like a tile material just to give a little bit of texture to it rather than have it just be totally flat. So it gave, which if you look at the pictures, there's obviously some sort of material. It's not just like one big warped sheet. There's definitely some materiality in there. So that's kind of cool. It gave me that little bit of looking just on the edges, I can just see that there's some sort of material on there. I think that looks kind of cool. And then I just use the color deformation to bring it back to almost pure white. Little teeny bit of gold in there to get it to set that off a little. Soap, skin, and bubble. I like soap, skin, and bubble a lot. There's two things that make me struggle with it. One is I'm always guessing where it's gonna go. Like I'm never really sure. I put a pressure in, see how much it blows up, see how much it doesn't. Like I'm just kind of always guessing. The other thing that gets me is because of the way that soap, skin, and bubble breaks everything down into a square grid. At the edges, the corners, if I have sharp corners like this that they always end up with this one spot that's just flat. And it doesn't come together. So if I look at one of these points, the geometry doesn't come together like this, rounded over like that. It'll always end up with like this one flat spot where the last squared off piece ends up. So I like using soap, skin, and bubble, but it's more in a situation where like it's a bubble, like if I had like a windshield on a helicopter or something, I don't know, I'd probably use a sphere for that. But something where I had like, this is flat and then I want to push pressure on to push it up. Something like this where I know I want that same curve down the entire face, I probably wouldn't do it just because of that. This gave me a little more control. As far as using, we're asking about
Bezier.
Using Bezier instead of the curves I did. Yeah, these curves all seem normal enough that I don't think, like there's if I look at any of these curves, it's a single arc. It doesn't ever at any point is like turning two different directions. So I feel like all of these can be made off of standard arcs. It might have given me a little bit more control if I had a like a construction drawing where I had a cut right through here and I could actually trace those curves, then I might use Bezier to match them perfectly. Whereas this, I'm doing kind of a ballpark, I admit. And then I was doing push pull to just kind of, or I'm sorry, not push pull, scale to get it to about the right height. So I'm guessing a little bit in this, but I would say that, yeah, if I was working from a slightly better set of geometry, then Bezier might be the way to get those curves. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for addressing those.
Questions.
Also, earlier somebody had a question about, is there a picture of the interior? I would suggest going onto the forum thread, and there's a link on there, and you can go see some pictures of the inside for sure, or just look up Lotus Temple interior, and there's a bunch of cool images there.
I'm deleting too much.
Yeah, and also Bill talks about what the exterior of the material is. I believe it's Greek marble, actually.
Is it?
That's like cut and faceted into stainless steel or some kind of steel frame on the outside that holds all these pieces of marble in place. So pretty cool, pretty intricate and elaborate, even though it looks so kind of clean and simple from the thumbnail view in the top left corner there. But
absolutely,
yeah, one of those ones that gets just as cool when you're looking at it up close versus far away.
Yeah. I think I'm going to throw a dome in here. It's really, again, I mean, because of the shape, there's no real good look at much of what happens beyond the outside the petals, which is cool. But I'm going to throw a dome under here just to kind of put something underneath it. And then it's hard to tell too from the photos that I have even what happens like in the entry. What is actually going on even there? You can kind of see that there's probably a wall or something back here where you can actually enter, but I can't actually see that so well. The other thing is these are obviously 2D slices right now, so I kind of want to come in and maybe try to give them some 3D-ness. The other thing, there's a handful of things that as I'm doing this, I'm getting. So this looks like it worked out pretty well. These pieces up here do overlap more. Look at that. See how they kind of come up all the way up before that point comes up? So this point where they overlap should be further up here. And I think I can do that pretty quick and easy. If I come in here, I'm going to grab this, make it a group again. I'm going to hit scale and just scale one direction slightly, just a touch. And if I click out there, that's closer to what I want, but it did deform the other side. So undo. I picked the wrong one. I want to do that on this one. Hold on, I gotta stop for a second.
Too much, nesting within nesting.
Yeah, sometimes I forget where my axis
is happening here.
What am I doing? Okay, so what I want to do is this. I go straight down like that, and then go. All right, so that is where I want my axis because I want my axis to stay flat to it and pull this out this way. Oops, explode that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my tools. I'm going to grab my axis tool, pull it this way. Whoops, I missed. I had to do one thing. I had to click once. That's all I had to do. And I got it wrong. Here's what I want. Nope, there's the other one. That doesn't really matter. Okay, tools, axes. All right, that way now when I grab this, I'm putting in a group because I don't want it to deform the rest of the connected geometry. So by putting in a group like this and hitting scale, I should pull this across, and then that side only should get bigger while this side stays right where it is because of the way I redid the axes. So I'm going to leave it the way it is real quick and click. Actually, I'm not going to click out. I'm just going to go to View, Component, Edit, Hide Similar Components. You can see right there. That's close. Even a little more. So pull that out just I do not work with components to the point that I have that set as a shortcut key. All right, that looks better. So now, do you want to update? If I hit no now, it'll put the axes back where it was, but not change the model. All right, so here's a thing that's happening now. Now I have this good intersection going on, but the geometry is not actually showing as ending there. So what I want to do is I want to intersect this piece right here, intersect face with model, not context, but that should give me, there's that nice intersection. Boom, there we are. Looking sharp. That is one good looking Lotus Temple. All right. Cool. I have a little bit of cleanup to do in here. Let's go back into view, component edit, hide similar components, get rid of this extra edges I got in here. Oops. Explode. Awesome. I don't know why these little bonus edges I got on the ground are really irritating me today for some reason. I really feel an urge to erase them. I erased too much.
Yeah, I gotta clean up. It's like sweeping up hair at the salon after you're done trimming people's hair,
That's right. Awesome. Cool. That was good. Throw a dome in here. I'm just gonna come in with a circle. I'm gonna start right in the middle. Actually, I'm not gonna do a circle. I'm gonna do a circle with, I'm gonna do a 36-sided circle because that's evenly divisible by 9.
That mental math. It's impressive.
I know my 9 times tables.
That's the one that you...
That was the saddest brag I've ever done. I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but okay.
I got all the 9s, all the way up.
You want to know 1 times 9? You want to know 2 times 9? I got it. I got it all.
He's a human calculator.
You wouldn't even believe it. Right, if I bring this all the way out like this, that dome is way too big. But if I grab that, scale it down. I was wondering if I could do one that would fit inside. No. I wonder if I could do that too, but it's not. Nope. Okay, undo.
There is a picture of the interior on the forum as well, but I don't know if you
we'll see
what
it does.
Have, plausible deniability and that you didn't know what it looked like. You didn't want to model it.
Whoa, that's not happening. It's cool, but it's,
yeah, it does look cool. It reminds me of what the plan looked like when everything was, on the same plane, all the overlapping arcs. But,
yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna do something inside here like this. Just to get that in there. I know these pieces connect, like the inside. This is just sit here like this. There's a way that it connects, but it's a little difficult to tell. It does look like from the pictures on the forum now. It looks like what actually happens is inside here we have kind of a wall that goes kind of arcs in, or actually straight lines go back where these two intersect. These intersections are actually a little more exaggerated than what I have too, which I think I could still do because I think I can grab this, make it a group, and then scale that straight back. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to do that. How can I do that? Oh. Nope.
What were you thinking?
I thought I had a couple
immediately
thoughts.
Dismissed.
So
okay.
I thought I could drag this back and scale it, but that's going to move this point. So I'd have to go. Well, I guess I could try this. I could try scaling this a little bit larger like that, and then move it right back up to here. Give me a little bit of a. Oops, actually, should be over here. Gives me a little bit more, but not that much. So I was thinking about scaling it vertically. Give me a little bit more, but not that much. I almost have to take it and rotate it up like that, but that's going to totally mess up
Break
all
everything.
my geometry. Yeah, that's a terrible plan. So I might just do this I just might just do this a few times. Granted, I'm coming way too far out now, so now I have to actually squish this back, which I'm just pushing it back and forth. So that's not going to work. That's not working at all. Because every time I do that, then I just have to bring that back up to here, slide the whole thing back over so it meets the next piece over, and then I'm just pushing this back and forth. So that's not going to work. I got a little bit. I gained a little bit more, but yeah, not enough that it's what I was expecting. That's okay. Yeah. So what we could do then, get rid of this. Oops. Oops. Oh boy, I made a problem. Hold on while I undo multiple times. There we go. All right. I'm just gonna have to kind of wonder if I could just do something. Yeah, that kind of comes down further too. Now I'm just talking to myself. I apologize. I want you guys to be part of this. My apologies.
I can't even see the image that you're looking at. So
I know. I'm looking at the forum image too.
So
yeah, I should copy this. Okay. So let me show you what I'm looking at here.
It's always hard when you're like ballparking something and you're like,
right.
Feels like it's close enough, and then you look at the image and it's like, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Really there. Yeah.
So what kind of happens here? What this arc right here, it looks like goes underneath this arc and then set back in there. It looks like there's two walls that go this way, then back this way. You can see that these kind of the walls are pushed back into this. So what kind of needs to happen is this geometry needs to extend further back. So he says not as simple as, well, let's see. If I didn't care so much about how that hit over there and I just took this. Yeah, the trick is just carrying less. Okay. Hold up. I think I can do this. So I'm going to grab this, make it a new group.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. So go ahead.
Bring us back a significant amount like that. And then I'm going to bury this into this piece.
Pieces getting buried here on.
That's right.
SketchUp Live today.
Explode. Something didn't break. Oh, I went too far this way. One step at a time, sir.
Yeah, they say this is one of the most visited sites in all of India, and I could see why. I feel like it's
absolutely
stunning, and the experience of like going from the outside to the interior must be just so impactful. Like I feel like everything about it is mind-blowing.
I'm going somewhere. Oh, hold on. We need another fact or something. This is ridiculous.
Let me pull up the Wikipedia page here, and
Fact
oh
refresh.
wow. This says here that the design was inspired by the lotus flower. You imagine that? So this is actually based on a flower. Okay, sorry. Oh boy. Has anyone in the chat been to this place? I know some people are talking about the inside is really cool and stuff, but has anyone physically been there in real life?
This is going the wrong direction. I'm not doing this right. That was wrong. Whole bunch of undos.
Lawrence says he thinks the walls follow the curve of the taller piece.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm saying. Is I think this is totally hitting incorrectly. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go back to giving some depth to the petals. Let's talk about that. That's a thing I know I can do. And then let's get the ground in here. I mean, this is absolutely a beautiful building. I want to spend more time and energy on, but I also want to get done with a full model that we can actually look at. So, and I know how much fun it isn't to sit and watch me talk in my own head about how things could be that I don't have pictures for. Not fun. Not fun. All right.
No, I think it's all in good fun. It's all a good time.
I'm going to use some joint push pull. It's over here. And we're
Peggy, thanks for watching. Yeah, have a good rest. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, heal up. Go to bed. Do what Nurse Ratched says.
That's right. Take care. So you got joint push pull here.
That's right. So we're going to come into any one of these pieces. Doesn't matter because they're components. And I'm just going to grab this, pull it in. I want to pull it in the same amount for each one. So I'm going to come in and say, no, let's do 6. There we go. All right. And then this one, 6. Good. This one, 6. Cool. So that's going to give us something better. I do have overlap because of the way it push-pulled together. So this one, I was trying to think of like, do I do that now while it's a separate piece? Because if I had joined the two pieces together, ooh, this might be the time. Hold on, let's undo all this. This might be the time that we go from 16 or from 18. No, we'll come back. Sorry, one more discussion with my me. And let's do this. Let's go do the base, and then we'll come back and we'll go from 18 pieces down to 9. Then we'll use push-pull on these petals, and then we'll call it. All right. So if we look at the imagery here, again, I have a little break and then a little break where I have stairs and stairs. So let's get that in here. Here's our front. All right, so right here, right where this arc ends, we got a break for some stairs. Nope, where is it? Here we go.
That's a good call too. I feel like people in the chat can sympathize or can agree that it's important to know when to use components and when not to use components, right? When is it time to kind of explode and remove one level of nesting,
right,
to make your certain steps easier, but you don't want to do it too early, and then you're doubling up work that you could have saved time with. So yeah, a little bit of consideration and thinking through it, even if it's for 20 seconds, could save you 10 minutes down the line. So it's worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, so I'm going to kind of work this down. So from where we are, I'm going to leave this at the toppest part, the most uppest, and then drop this down. There we go. That takes us to the lowest sidewalk right there. Or two stair steps. Now these pieces right here drop below. So these actually go down. This piece right here goes below these stairs. Like that. And then this is the water. This is actually going to go even below that. There we go. Clean it up, clean it up. And then this part, so is there? Yeah, so this part is, in the front section, is actually stairs. So from here down to here is actually stair steps. Okay, I'm gonna geek out for just one moment, so please roll with me.
Please do.
I love the way that the new materials interact. The light, these are all white pieces, but because I have a blue global light or image-based lighting, it's giving everything a slightly different color. The issue I'm having is it's fighting with my SketchUp brain that says, that's a back face. It's not a back face. It just has the blue light reflecting from the sky and that sort of thing. But that is so cool. It is so much fun. Loving it. We'll put some more materials on here in just a sec. Okay, so that gets us to this outer edge. Some changes to be done. Looks like I need like a railing or ledge kind of thing going around here. And then we're gonna go on these back ones and shrink down this little walkway section, which actually this little walkway section looks like it has a little bit of a rail on it too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that and pull that up. I did, Tyson reached out to us just before we started this and commented how similar this model looked to a model that he did, which was the Sydney Opera House. And I inferred from what he said that basically anything I do is just kind of secondary to whatever he did. That's how I read his comment. But yeah, this probably